In Parashat Teruman Tetzaveh, we have the structure of the vessels of the Mikdash, and the Netziv points out something really fantastic. He says, if you pay attention, 4 of the vessels had badim, had poles to be carried with. They are the Aron, the Mizbeach HaNechoshet for Korbanot, the Mizbeach HaZahav for Ktoret, and the Shulchan, the table for the breads of Lechem HaPanim. And he points out that 2 of them are mentioned different than the other 2. Whereas by Aron and Mizbeach HaNechoshet, the altar, the pasuk says the badim, the poles, should be brought in and put inside the tabaot, the rings that should be carried together. Whereas it says by the Aron that you make badim v'natata el Aron et ha'edut, and you bring it b'tabeot Aron yiyu abadim lo yasuru mimena, you put it there and you keep it there. And by Mizbeach HaNechoshet, it says v'huva et badav b'tabaot v'hayu abadim al shnei salot HaMizbeach, you bring it in, you put the poles inside the rings to carry them. By Shulchan and by Mizbeach HaKetoret, it does not say that you put those poles in. It just says you make the poles, they will be carried with it. And says the Netziv, this is teaching a crucial life lesson. We know that the Aron represents the concept of learning Torah. We know the Mizbeach, the Korbanot, represent the concept of Avodah, the service of Hashem, the Tefillah that we replace in the time of Churban Bet HaMikdash. Says those 2, you have to carry on, he has to be in at all times, times of difficulty equally as times of prosperity. It's not necessarily it's a necessity. It's not necessarily that you say, well, I'm not feeling it right now. It's not a good time. It's not a time restrictive thing. It's at all times. So Parnasah sometimes is there, sometimes is not. Some person could be successful in Parnasah, another person could be not as successful. Ketoret, like the Rambam writes, it represents the good smell, the pleasantness. Sometimes life is pleasant, sometimes life is not pleasant. But at all times, the person's dedication has to be steadfast. When it comes to Avodat Hashem, it's an unwavering commitment to Avodah, unwavering commitment to learning Torah, and perhaps the learning Torah is even more important because the badim, the poles of the Aron, would never come out. It's a lav deoraita, a don't do. One of the mitzvot of the Torah is lo yasuru mimena, you can never take them on. You carry on at all times under any circumstances. And those are life lessons, says the Netziv, when you think of the Mikdash as the elements of a person's life. There is the Parnasah, there is the job, there is the pleasant moments, the vacation, and then there are the staples of life. The Torah and Avodah, and Yirat Shamayim is the staple that could not be ignored at any time. It has to be consistent and constant at all times. Be'ezrat Hashem, Amen.